Twin Cities Adventures here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I do easy food prep. So right behind me I have prep meals for $200. You can eat for 2 weeks, 3 meals a day. This is so easy and fast, anyone can do it. Here's a list of the ingredients that I bought at Costco for $200. I have 2 pallets of organic eggs, 2 big bags of broccoli. I have organic, sugar-free, unsweetened almond milk, 2 bags of cauliflower, 2 bags of peppers, 1 bag of potatoes, 1 container of blueberries, a jug of basil pesto, a big tub of pine nut hummus, 2 big containers of pre-cooked, hand-pulled rotisserie chicken breast meat, fully cooked now, so that will be easy. I have a big giant package of whey chocolate protein, so that has 80 servings in it, so that is really going to be good. Now I have Tupperware. This is for lunch and dinner all in one, and they were 3 for $3.50, and these are 4 of them for $3.50 a piece, and those are for breakfast. This didn't fit on the table, so it's on the counter here. I have 2 big things of fat-free cottage cheese, 2 jugs full of egg whites that I'll mix with the eggs when I make scrambled eggs for breakfast. So let's get to prepping. We're going to wash all of our vegetables before we cut them. After you're done cutting them up, if you need to rinse them again to get any seeds or any little pieces off, you can do that now. Once they're strained, I'm going to put them in a big bowl and add some olive oil. And then I'll add our favorite seasoning. It's called Vegeta. It's basically a dried vegetable sprinkle. There's a little bit of salt in there, so I do not add any salt in any of these dishes. And then we'll mix it up. Here's a picture of the Vegeta all-purpose vegetable seasoning, and I will add a link to the bottom of the video of where you can purchase that on Amazon if you're interested. And now we'll put the vegetables in the oven on parchment-lined cookie sheets at 350 degrees for about a half an hour until they look nice and roasted. And now while you're roasting your vegetables, you're going to bring a pot of water up to boil so we can blanch the potatoes for 5 minutes before we put those in the oven. Here's what the vegetables look like after about a half an hour or so in the oven. Now, when the water comes to a boil, I like to put the cut up potatoes in the water, and then I let that come to a boil, and once it does, I'll let them sit in there for about 5 minutes or so. I'll poke it with the fork to make sure that the potatoes are just perfectly cooked before we strain those and then put those in the oven to roast. And since we bought brand new Tupperware for this project, now's a perfect time to wash that with hot soapy water. Rinse that, transfer to your bowls, and then we'll bring that over to the table. I did put a beach towel down on our work surface to make it nice and easy to work with. So I'll just flip those upside down, and then we'll dry those out, and then they'll be prepped for when the food is done. Okay, the potatoes have been blanching for 5 minutes, and they're perfectly cooked, so it's time to take those out and pour those in the strainer. Each time your vegetables are done roasting in the oven, you're going to pull those out and you're going to transfer those into bowls where they can cool off so you can do more rounds of vegetables. I like to go to thrift stores and collect old vintage Tupperware containers. These large bowls work perfectly for projects like this. Now we'll put some olive oil on the potatoes and mix those up with a little bit of Vegeta. And then we'll pop those in the oven, same temperature, 350 for about a half an hour. Alright, then you want to go out to your chicken coop, and all of these yummy treats go to the chickens. There you go, you might as well share the wealth. Okay, here's an update. Broccoli's done, half the potatoes are done, cauliflower's done, peppers are done. Second batch of potatoes are in the oven. Now we're gonna prep the eggs for breakfast. I'm gonna do 1 carton of 24 eggs mixed with 1 carton of egg whites. Okay, crack your eggs and then pour your egg whites in. For this, I'll put the eggs in the Vitamix and I'll hit the function icon for a smoothie. Heat up some butter in the skillet and pour. Okay, we'll warm that up and now we'll pull our last batch of potatoes out of the oven. Nice and crisp. I can let that cool down for a minute. Okay, here is most of the food. I've got 2 packages of hand-pulled rotisserie breast chicken meat, fully cooked here. So I'll open that up in a minute. But first, I'm going to portion out the scrambled eggs into the containers. Okay, there's 8 days of eggs there. Sometime around the end of this first week, we can do the second batch, and that will last 16 days for breakfast. First, we're gonna portion out some chicken in these Tupperware containers, and now we'll portion out the vegetables. Okay, so we have these portioned out trays full of chicken, peppers, potatoes, cauliflower, broccoli, and then for breakfast we have scrambled eggs and broccoli. So let's put some sauces on top of those now. To make things fun, we're gonna add a scoop of roasted pine nut hummus and basil pesto on each one. And this is what it looks like. Scoop of hummus, scoop of pesto on all of the meals. I even put a scoop of pesto on the broccoli for breakfast. If you want, you can salt and pepper. I'm not going to because I use that vegetable Vegeta sprinkle on all of the vegetables before I cooked it. So as you can see right behind me, I have 12 meals all packaged up here. Now these can easily be one meal if you're super hungry, or you can split that up into 2 different meals and have snacks between. Here is breakfast for 8 days. So there you have it. There is breakfast for 8 days. When we do the second batch, it will be breakfast for 16 days. And we have lunch and dinner for 12 days for one person. Or if you want to split that between multiple people in your family, you just cut out a lot of time in your day for 4 hours of prep time. And also in our $200 budget, we got this chocolate protein shake mix. This is for 80 days, so you can do 1 shake for 80 days or 2 shakes for 40 days. I like to mix the blueberries in mine and use the sugar-free almond milk, sometimes cashew milk, and that is really delicious. So that's what it looks like, all packaged up and ready to put in the refrigerator. Thanks for watching. Twin Cities Adventures out.